What up with it? Kinetic MC here. Young Clooney, Swagger Vance, Stank Abbott, and the brand new nickname, Juice Wayne. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na, Trap Man. Hey, there we go. Intro on the first shot. I was trying to shoot this the other day and it wasn't working. So yeah, Juice Wayne, you already know what it is. It's another episode of Car Thoughts. I sincerely hope you guys like the nicknames because I came up with that one on the food truck the other day and they said, oh, you got to keep that. And I had a couple other ones like Juice Banner, Juice Willis. That's going to be like something I shout out at the beginning of a song on the Soul Hoppers track. And if you didn't know, got a new project on my channel. It's called Soul Hoppers, the Golden Era EP. Shout out to Gusto, Beatskits, Zool. And yeah, it was just a fun project and we're working on another one now. So yeah, Soul Hoppers. And we can't wait for live show to open up, man, and start doing our thing again. 100. All right. Now enough shameless plugs. Time to get to this episode of Car Thoughts. And what I want to talk about is a little food stunt that I pulled a couple weeks ago. And what I ended up doing was I put mac and cheese onto the windshield of my Ford Fiesta. And you're probably asking, Kinetic MC, Kevin, why did you do that? Why did you put macaroni and cheese on the windshield of your car and then turn your windshield wipers on? Well, the short answer to the question is because someone asked me to from one of the channels I'm subscribed to on Facebook. It's a page called Food in Places Where It Shouldn't Be. And I like going on there. I actually was posting a bunch of pictures of Pop-Tarts with really gross fillings. And usually it's like weird things like two people in a tub full of spaghetti or just like people with beans in their pockets. There's this weird fetish with beans on there, Heinz beans. And like every day I'll wake up and when I'm scrolling Facebook, I'll just see these odd things about food. And it makes me laugh because it's just so odd and intriguing. It's just my little guilty pleasure, this channel. And one day, one of the admins, he actually never done a post on this channel before, ever. And he goes, I have to see mac and cheese on the windshield of someone's car. And I was one of the first to respond. I literally said, ask and you shall receive. And I set a timer on my phone. The timer was called, it puts the Chedda on the Ford Fiesta. And I took a snapshot of that and I put it in the group. And the amount of buzz I got from me saying I was going to attempt this the next day, everybody was into it. They were following and they're expecting it to happen. So at first what became like a little joke, like I wasn't going to do it in the first place, I actually had like an army of people that wanted me to do it because I said I was going to. And that brings me to my next point. The other reason I did it was following through on what you say you're going to do. Just like doing these car thought videos, just like making music and just like making money and being more outgoing and developing good relationships with people. You just got to keep building on yourself and being honest. And if you say you're going to do something, you better do it. Because you're going to let people down and they're going to lose faith in you. And you're going to like just create bad habits for yourself and then just not start doubting yourself and not believe in yourself. And believe you me, I followed through the next day. I went to work. I got the mac and cheese from the counter where I worked at. And it was friggin' cold. I'm not even going to swear, but I'm going to use an F word. It was freaking cold out. Canada cold. And I parked in an abandoned parking lot because I did not want anybody to see this. I actually had a bit of shame. There's like a good shame meter for doing this because it was an odd thing to do. You don't see it every day. I didn't want to be sitting in the Walmart parking lot doing this. So yes, there was a little shame involved in this act. Like I still have some of that left in my body. The shame. But anyways, I'm in this abandoned Cineplex parking lot with my macaroni and cheese. And the only sensible thing I did before I put the macaroni onto the windshield of my car was I prepped it like a Dexter kill room. So I just folded up some garbage bags and I put them underneath my hood. So when I turn my windshield on, at least the macaroni wouldn't end up under my hood and I'd have like a multitude of car problems that I'd have to describe to the mechanic as why there was macaroni and cheese under my hood. So just to put it out here, it's very cold out. I'm prepping my car to put macaroni on it. I put the macaroni on the hood, and one of the other stipulations from the admin of the food and places where it shouldn't be page was that he wanted me to turn the wipers on. Now, you can imagine that pre-wiper, it would have been an easy cleanup. Like, you just got to like take the mess you put on there and take some paper towels and Windex. Bada boom, bada bang, it would have been cleaned up. But when I started my windshield wipers, that's when I knew I was a bit in over my head. The macaroni got stuck underneath the windshield wipers. It got everywhere except for under my hood because of the Dexter kill room situation that I set up. And it was a bugger to clean up. It was a bitch. I literally had paper towels going. I had Windex. It was cold, so everything was freezing. I had like my windshield wipers were frozen with macaroni. So I ended up having to go to a car wash to clean up. And that's when at the car wash is when I posted the videos or the pictures that I had online. And that's when something wild happened. Actually, I'll explain. I went through the car wash and everything was good. I got like 99% of it off. Like, I think there might be like one speck of macaroni on my windshield. So all's well, it ends well with that situation. But nonetheless, we get back to the buzz that created. So I post this on the channel and the admin was so tickled pink that he made the main picture of the macaroni spackled all over my hood as the main photo for the group. And he's like, oh, this is going to stay up here for a month, man. Like you done good. And it got like over 900 likes and responses and people laughing. And that felt good. It was like a little bit of a validation trap, but at the same time, there's really good, funny feedback. Like, I spent a couple days on it, and like just the amount of people that I touched from the act of putting macaroni onto my windshield was absolutely ridiculous. And it kind of felt good to just make people laugh. Like, that was another driving force for me, was just creating a situation where people found enjoyment out of it. The other thing I found out was that people did not enjoy the way that I spent my money. There was like a lot of activists for homeless people, I guess, and for starving countries that said, well, that's a waste of food. You could have gave that to a homeless person. And like earlier that day, I gave a bunch of change to a homeless person and I donate to charities. But at the end of the day, like, places that I work at throw out lots of food anyways. And I was probably just going to scrap that macaroni anyways. I just spent my well-earned ducats to pull a little prank on myself, and people are getting kind of butthurt about it in my feed. But the amazing thing is, like, I clapped back a little bit on some of them and talked about my altruism, but people were getting mad at the people that were getting mad, and they were like supporting me. Like, I was their king today. I was the macaroni and cheese guy. No one's gonna mess with him today. And they like clap back. I had this one guy just text. He was messaging this girl and saying he was gonna fly to her house and take a dump on her porch, and like just like teasing her horrendously until she actually deleted all her comments and left the chat. And I was like, whoa, I was floored. Like, I didn't go that far. I wasn't gonna take a dump on her porch, but I was just blown away that someone would support me that much, that they would be willing to take a dump on someone else's porch. Like, don't mess with the mac and cheese guy. Yeah. So that was good. And then another guy posted that, oh, like, this is stupid. Like, why would you do this? This was boring too. And I was like, different strokes for different folks, man. And someone actually took a picture of him with a close-up and just kind of made fun of him and said, man, you got a chin that's way too big. So everybody was getting way too much enjoyment out of like just tearing on the people in the chat. And even the admin was like, yeah, if you can't take the heat, if you don't want the smoke, then don't post anything negative here against them. Yeah, it was a really it was a cool stunt. And I'm not taking food stunts out of the equation because honestly, I felt like it was just such a random and fun thing to do. And yeah, I like seeing food in weird places too. So if you ever want to see a car thoughts video, like I'm not gonna mess with my car too much. Like I don't want stinky smells in here. I don't want to blow things up in here. But if you have any suggestions for any food related, I call it food art. Yeah, provocative food art. And the admin was like, yeah, that's exactly what it is. So I'm an artiste. Yeah. Anyways, this is going to be a really short episode of Car Thoughts. And it puts the Chedda on the Ford Fiesta. Remember that. Juice Wayne. Peace.